A ghost was actually hidden in the chessboard. The young man discovered an ancient chessboard in the attic. Strangely enough, although this antique that had been sealed away for years was covered in dust, there were water droplets on its surface. The young man reached out to touch it. A brilliant flash of light appeared. A ghostly soul that had traveled through 1,000 years was actually released by him. The ghost said, "Thank God. Let me return to the world once again." The young man was so frightened that he fell to the ground with a thud. This man had already lived for more than 1,500 years. He was neither a ghost nor a demon. His name was John. He was originally the world's greatest Go player in ancient times, but unfortunately, he was falsely accused by treacherous people. He angrily jumped into the sea to end his life. His soul, sustained only by a single obsession, was trapped on the Go board. He waited for a full 1,000 years. Finally, at this moment, he saw the light of day again. The young man's name was Sol. He was a good-for-nothing who had absolutely no interest in Go. He wasn't good at studying. He also had no presentable hobbies. At his young age, his mind was filled only with thoughts of making money. John's purpose for returning to the human world was simple. It was to play Go. But Sol, whom he had possessed, had absolutely no interest in Go. His eager eyes stared at the toy car in his classmate's hand. He didn't have enough money in his pocket, but his head was full of clever schemes. Seeing that John was an ancient person with rich historical knowledge, Sol dragged him to a knowledge competition to cheat. John would answer once, Sol would follow and say the answer. Sure enough, this helped their class win the competition. Having the certificate meant having the capital to ask for pocket money. After going through various troubles, Sol finally got his wish. Only then did he agree to take John to find someone to play a game of Go. But Sol knew nothing about Go. He didn't even know where the pieces should be placed. John had no choice but to give Sol a crash course in Go basics overnight. But the next morning, the two wandered around the city's chess and card rooms for most of the day. They couldn't find a single place to play Go. John never expected that Go had become so neglected in today's world. Sol, who only had 3 minutes of enthusiasm, originally wanted to give up helping. But after hearing John's background and the reason he became a ghost, Sol was deeply moved and asked John, "Is playing Go more important than your life?" John nodded. Finally, Sol found a Go club, but the proprietress was worried about not knowing who to find to play chess with him. Unexpectedly, Sol pointed randomly and selected the strongest player in the shop, and this boy would become Sol's lifelong rival and friend.